Hi. Hey everyone. This is Morgan. This is to Amberlynn Reid. I heard you were bipolar and OCD. What happened to your eating disorder, your binge eating disorder? Did that just go away? I thought you had that. Anyway, if you know anything about bipolar, it's not fun. It's not funny. It's not something to laugh about. I've lived with it most of my life, and it is horrible. Thank God I'm on the right medications now where I don't have to suffer as badly as I did. I'm on Latuda for the last 4 years. But I was in and out of mental institutions starting from the age of 13. I was violent when I would go into the mental institutions. They had to fight me. They had to strap me down to the beds and give me Haldol. They had to give me Geodon just to control me because I was so violent when I was manic. Because I did not want to go into the mental institution. So I would fight. They would have to chase me down. I was belligerent. I was combative. And it wasn't cute. It wasn't funny. There's nothing funny about it. I'd like to know one time you've ever been in a mental institution. Just once. Have you ever been in a mental institution? Have you stayed in a mental institution? Have you spent time in a mental institution where they can evaluate you? And I've been in mental institutions while I was depressed. I've been in mental institutions while I was manic. So they had a good gauge on my moods and how I would react and behave while manic versus depressed. So that's why after a few years I was diagnosed with bipolar. And of course I didn't believe them. I thought that it was fake. I didn't believe that I was bipolar. I had no desire to take medication, and of course I didn't. I didn't take medication until years later after I walked in front of a car and nearly died and was on life support. And by the way, I have rods in both my legs from walking in front of that car. I had brain damage, brain swelling. I had to have brain surgery. I mean, I tried to kill myself so many times that I can't even add up how many times I tried to commit suicide. And I'm not talking about taking a few Tylenol. I'm talking about ODing on massive doses of Vicodin, Soma, Xanax. I have, during my manic episodes, I would shoot heroin. I would snort cocaine. Any drug that was put in front of me, I would do it. I was manic and nothing could stop me. I was untouchable. I believed I was a princess. I changed my name several times. Amber, you are not bipolar. You are not bipolar. I won't believe you're bipolar until you go and have yourself committed into a mental institution and stay for 7 to 8 days, and then they tell you you're bipolar. And then you get out and come back while you're manic, and then they can diagnose you as bipolar. But until then, I won't believe it. I believe you're a liar. I believe you lied about just about everything in your life. I can show you a scar from where the car hit me and my leg was hanging off by just a piece of flesh. The scar looks wonderful now, but it didn't look wonderful in the beginning. I'm going to show you my stomach where they did emergency laparoscopic surgery. This is the scar. It goes all the way down to my navel. I have scars on my head. I have bumps that will never go away. I have scars on my wrist. Amberlynn, let me see your scars. Let me see tell me how many times you almost died. Tell me how many times you almost killed yourself, and then laugh about it and make a sing-song rhyme about going and getting your prescription filled so you can take care of your mental health. You're joking. You take this as some sort of joke, like it's supposed to be funny. Well, it's not funny. It's horrible. For people who are living with schizophrenia or bipolar, it is horrible. It is deadly. You don't have a clue how many people with schizophrenia and bipolar kill themselves every single day, because it is a horrible, horrible mental illness. It is not a joke. It is not funny. And you're not bipolar. You are not bipolar. And I don't know what psychiatrist diagnosed you with bipolar after only seeing you for a few minutes or a few visits or even 15 visits. I can't see how a reputable psychiatrist can diagnose you with bipolar. You have pissed off everyone in the mental health community because you have made a joke out of bipolar and OCD. You made it a joke. You made it so that you can say, oh, well, I did this and I did that and I did this because I'm bipolar. That's not true. People with bipolar live productive lives as long as they stick to their medication, go see their psychiatrist, and see their counselor. That is how it works. And it's a lifelong job. You never can stop. You cannot stop. You cannot stop taking your medicine. Even in your 80s, if you live that long, you cannot stop taking it, because if you do, you're going to go right back into your bipolar manic state and your depressive state. But you really, really piss me off. I want to see your scars. I want to hear about how many times you've nearly died, or how many times you've woke up in different cities not knowing how you got there, or how many times you shot heroin in your arms because you were manic and you believed that you could do anything and there was no consequences to your behavior. I want to know that. I want to know all these things. The list of things I did while I was manic is shameful. I don't even want to repeat them. But I ended up in jail. I was jailed many, many times for violence, because my mania would get to the point where I was in psychosis and I had lost touch with reality, so I didn't know what I was doing anymore, and I believed crazy things that wasn't real. They just wasn't real. But I didn't know that at the time because I was bipolar and I was manic. And another thing, I was in and out of foster homes when I was growing up. You can't corner the market on that. There's millions of people with bad childhoods. That don't automatically mean that you're going to be a liar, blow up to 600, probably 600 plus pounds. You use mental health and everything else you can as a crutch to say, oh, look, this is why I do this, because I'm bipolar. That is so wrong. You need to educate yourself about bipolar. And your psychiatrist, you need to get a second opinion, because your psychiatrist is full of shit. You're full of shit. Your psychiatrist is full of shit. And Becky is an enabler. She's enabled you to gain weight. She's enabled you to act like a damn fool. But you know what? You keep on lying to yourself and you keep on telling people that you're bipolar when everyone in the world knows that you're not. Everyone knows you're not bipolar. Everyone knows you don't have OCD. You're too fat and lazy to have OCD. In fact, you're too fat and lazy to be bipolar. Because bipolar people are on the go when they're manic. When they're manic, they're gone. They're running from city to city, partying, changing their names. That's what I did anyway. I changed my names. I married a man I didn't know. I mean, you're just too lazy to be bipolar. And if you are bipolar, I apologize. But I sincerely doubt you're bipolar. But, you know, your Snapchat rant that you went on talking about we're all psychopaths because we don't have empathy for you. No one has empathy for you, Amberlynn. No one. Because you have done nothing but lie for 5 years and gain weight. What happened to your Octavia weight loss that you were going to do? You lasted, what, a day and a half, 2 days, and then you changed your mind and didn't do it? Well, you know what? It's not my life. It's not my weight gain. I don't have to worry about it. But you piss me off when you start messing with the mental health community. Stop messing with us. You don't have bipolar. I don't believe you do whatsoever. I hope everyone out there has a wonderful evening, wonderful week, and I love you guys very, very much. Have a great, great night. Bye-bye.